The 21st Century Financial Education Summit is one of the most hyped about events in Melbourne of the year, and joining me now is the CEO of 21st Century Education, Jamie Mcintyre. Welcome.
Thank you, Tanya. It's good to be here.
Thank you very much. Now, how did all of this evolve?
Well, long story short, it goes many years back. I was studying accountancy at university. I was always trying to grow up on a farm, go to school, get good grades, go to university, work really hard, 40, 50 years, you retire to the good life. And I was funding my own way through university, which was very expensive education. I'd sold my car, I'd borrowed money, and I was counting every word, listening to every word at university because I was counting how much it was costing me effectively. But it was this time that I asked my mum, I said, why isn't there a university that would teach you how to be successful in life? And little did I know that planted the seed that about a decade later, I started an organisation after I'd become successful called 21st Century Education, because my belief was the world needed a modern day education system designed for today's world that we weren't taught at school, we weren't taught at university, an education system that's taught by people with a PhD in results. And a big part of that is financial education. And I'm a big lobbyist and big advocate for that in Australia. Now it's changed my life. I become a self-made millionaire because I got financially educated. I didn't become a self-made millionaire because I went and saw a financial planner.
Well, you've changed my life and you've changed many others, because apart from being a great business mentor, you're also a good friend of mine, and you're a very generous man when it comes to charity, when it comes to, and when it also comes to educating the youths of Australia. I've worked with you numerous times with that, and that's all out of the goodness of your heart to give back to them, to help educate the youths. And the summit this time around, with Richard Branson coming out, Eddie Maguire will be interviewing Richard Branson. Yep. Who are some of the other names we've got?
Yeah, obviously Sir Richard Branson's been a business mentor of mine for many years, and it's exciting to finally have him in Australia to speak at the end. Many people inspired by Sir Richard, and I think it's because he makes business fun. He was one of the first people to say, you know what, you spend most of your time in your career in your business, you should enjoy that. And also he's Richard is someone that's very generous with his time, and I think I teach my members this a lot, that the reason most people aren't as wealthy as they'd like to be is they're simply not generous enough. Fear makes people hold on to the money. I remember the last $20 I had, I gave it away. I mean, I was broke, but I can't walk past a charity bin at an airport without putting money in it.
So you think like money in, money out? Because I think a little bit like that. Do you have to give to receive?
Yeah, I think, Tanya, you might represent the females of the world that
not shoes
in shopping, but I think it's about flowing, it's about giving, and so Richard's like that. We also have, as you said, Eddie Maguire. We have Tim Ferriss coming up for the very first time in Australia to speak, and Tim is a very generous guy, but an amazing guy. The 4-Hour Work Week, the 4-Hour Body. He has one of the top 4 blogs in the world. I mean, his stuff is good. I highly recommend Tim's stuff. It's made a difference in my life. We have Harry Dent, the economic forecaster from the US, right? The great boom ahead. He was one of the first economists on the planet to predict the credit crisis over 15 years before it happened, following baby boomer trends. So that's something that I followed Harry's work for some time as well. We have a whole host of other speakers on the best financial strategies on the planet that we could assemble together. So over 2 days, people can start with no knowledge of financial education and leave there with the tools, resources and concepts to immediately start making a difference in their life.
So apart from the international speakers that you have coming out, Richard Branson, Harry Dent, yourself of course, you'll be speaking on the main stage, much looking forward to that, and Tim Ferriss of the 4-Hour Work Week and the 4-Hour Body. There's also a host of local business people who are experts in their fields that have done very well speaking at the event. Is it something, do you continually keep learning, even in your position?
Absolutely. I believe in constant, never-ending improvement, and I know I'm fortunate. I'm in my late 30s, and majority of my peer group are all self-made millionaires that have done it in their 20s or 30s. And how we all did it, none of us went to see a financial planner to become wealthy. And I think that's the message I want to get. My first millionaire mentor said, Jamie, if you want to become successful, find out what most people are doing and then do the exact opposite. He said, go and see a financial planner if you want. But whether sitting down and teaching you or sharing with you or trying to sell you an investment of how you're going to become financially independent or financially successful one day, you should be thinking in the back of your mind, if they could show you how to live your dream life or be financially independent, then why haven't they done it themselves?
True.
And the challenge is, what we've done with this financial education summit is that it has to be taught by people who have a PhD in results. not just a PhD in theory, or not just a piece of paper, so I'm licensed to give financial advice. That means diddly squat in the real world. And that's what's important about this type of education. It's people that have produced results that can teach from experience. And with the side room speakers, we've had a unique format where we have over 25 additional speakers. So if you're in the main room and it's not a particular topic that you're passionate about, you can go and duck into a side room and focus on a particular strategy that really resonates with you. So I guess
whether it's properties, share investing, share renting, affiliate, internet, making money on the internet, like it has something for everybody.
Something for everyone.
No matter what your background or wealth status or your age, this is the event to be at.
Absolutely. I guess it's like a buffet. I mean, when we go to a buffet, are we meant to eat everything on the buffet? And some people say, yep, absolutely. No, we take what we want. If you don't like spinach, leave the spinach there. But just take what you want. It's about, if you leave this event, just one idea, the impact that one idea can have on your life. Not, you might go a few months from now, it might make a huge difference, but you go a year from now, your life's in a different, you go 10 years from now, your life is in a completely different direction because of decisions you made by learning information at the Financial Education Summit. That's what's powerful. But you're going to get dozens of ideas. There's no way, if you're open-minded and committed, that you can't leave that event.
Do you know what one of the best decisions that anyone could make is to go along to the Financial Education Summit, because you're right, apart from all the ideas that we planted in their minds, new areas that will be opened up to them. It's also the fact that you're motivated. You walk out of there, enough doom and gloom in the newspapers and the news, you walk out enlightened and raring to go.
Absolutely. I think there's a saying that my friend Tony Robbins taught me. He said, proximity is power, Jamie. Proximity is power. So for a lot of people, just the opportunity to be in an environment of like-minded people, but also some people have the opportunity to get a cocktail invite to the cocktail receptions, to meet and get a photo with Sir Richard Branson, to meet some of these speakers, and to be networking and building relationships. So that is invaluable, and I think that's important, is that who you associate with, who you surround yourself with, is ultimately who you become.
Excellent. And people can still get tickets. Are there any left by any chance?
There's not many left.
If you're lucky.
If they're quick, financialeducationsummit.com or 1-800-999-270. Tickets from as little as $197.
And I figure that, like myself, you will be not only speaking, but you'll be going around to listen to everybody else and pick up extra tips.
I will be there taking notes. I'm always learning. There's so much. I'm excited, but some of these speakers are here for the very first time. I haven't even heard before.
Great.
I will be sitting in the audience taking notes. So.
Yeah. Me too. I'll be up the back with you taking notes. Good luck with it all. Look forward to hearing you speak.
Thank you, Tania.